Now, I mentioned before about people who have chosen not to forgive others who are trying to move in a positive path. Now, let me talk about some of the things, some of the circumstances as a result of that person not showing forgiveness, not showing the compassion. I'm going to give in the detail some of the things that can happen to the person who chooses not to provide the support that they need to support to the person who's trying. Now, first of all, let me define trying. Now, there are a lot of lazy people out here who are always saying, I try, I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to do that. It's a smokescreen for the fact that they ain't doing shit. You all know this. You know those type of people. Every time you talk to them and you got questions about what they're supposed to be doing or what they say they're going to do, oh, I'm going to try this. And they always come out with the word try. They never do. They never accomplish. They're always trying. They're always trying. They never accomplish anything, but they're always trying. They got the gift of gab. So with these people, you kind of let them go. I want to talk about the person who has succeeded at what they need to succeed in. They have faced their demons. They have battled their demon. They have flipped over a new leaf, turned over a new chapter. They look different. They feel different. They act different. They talk different. They live different. They eat different. Everything is different. They are different. Everybody can see it. Bats can see it. They even go to that one person and say, you know what, I know that XYZ happened and I'm truly sorry. And I can fully understand if you won't forgive me, but I wanted to let you know that I acknowledge it. And I'm moving in a different direction now. And if you need time, I will give it to you. And when you're ready, you can come to me. And if you're not, I accept the fact that you may not want to come to me. Okay. Some people go ahead and take that. The majority of them that feel anything for you, they're going to go ahead and give it a try. But there are some that are so deep-seated in that anger and frustration. They are still angry at you. But the mistake they make is trying to fake the front, and they tolerate you and try to make you think that they want you in their life, and they don't. This is where the problem comes in. I'm going to tell you how this flips and backfires on them. If you got it in your heart that you're going to make somebody pay for a mistake over and over and over and over again, even though they are a different person and living differently and have already confessed everything, the Creator, Jehovah, Yahweh, Allah, whoever you want to call it, the universe has already forgiven them because they have put that sin out there, tackled that sin, and no longer walk in that energy. Okay? They have been forgiven. This is why they're being blessed. This is why they're being blessed, because they've laid everything out. I'm talking to the 10% out there who have done this. The other 90 who is in denial and smoke green. I ain't talking to y'all. I'm talking about the 10% of us who have literally thrown everything out there for the Creator to deal with. Because some of the shit that we were carrying around ain't nothing that man could do about it. So what we taking the man for? These are things that were inside our head, inside our spirit, inside our hearts that had to be dealt with on a spiritual level. And it involved a direct communication with the Creator. You don't need no liaisons and interlopers and all that. There are some things in life you got to deal with your Creator directly by yourself. These persons that have done this, they have done the work. And because they have done the work, they are now being blessed. Now, the person who was wronged, who decided they were either going to just tolerate or fake the front, living in fakery still, living in hypocrisy still, all cloaked in the guise that, oh, well, I'm going to do the Christian thing, deep down not feeling Christian at all. Yes, I said it. these people are going to continue to go through the same misfortune over and over and over and over again in some way, form, or fashion. It's because they have not been honest with their life. They have not been honest with themselves. They've been living under a cloud of deception or hypocrisy. They've been living in this world of foolishness, and they actually think that it's real. They are still spiritually passing judgment against a person that does not deserve it. Do you not think that there are repercussions for that? I'm going to tell you some of the ways these people do this. These people may contact this person maybe once or twice a month, if they're family members. Whereas people close to them, they're constantly checking up on them all the time. That's one way. The second way is when you have other people who are associated with this person coming back to you in small talk with misinformation. That means that that person is still talking shit about you, still stuck in memory lane. They're having extensive conversations about stuff you've done in the past, even though you've tried to mend fences. Still having those conversations from the past to other people, still painting you in a negative light. They're still doing it. And they're doing it and they're trying to justify their behavior by bringing up all your past mistakes and all your past behaviors. But they won't talk about the fact that you tried to mend those fences. They won't talk about the good stuff. See? They won't talk about the sacrifices that you made for them in the past. See, you're beyond that. You're beyond digging in the past to try to justify yourself. You don't have to. Even though you made one or two mistakes, you did some good things too. And these people are not going to address that. Every time somebody brings you up in conversation, they're going to go ahead and try to throw some shade at you. They don't want you in their life. And when they see that you are going on and doing better, it triggers them. Some of them don't say shit at all. There's some people that I know that are close to me, they barely speak to me. Barely. Because they hung up in 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago. Don't even pay attention to the fact that all that shit is different now. You know how much shit has happened since 5 years ago? In my life? But they're stuck back there. And they're having side conversations about shit that happened back then, trying to make it seem like it's the present, and it's not. Distorting your perception to others, distorting your image to other people. Try to make themselves look good or make themselves look like a victim so people can side with them. Like this is some kind of battle against you and them. You're not thinking about going into no kind of spiritual battle with nobody. You're busy trying to deal with the blessings that are presented to you every day. You are ascending. You got opportunities. You got new people that you're meeting every single day. You got new blessings coming in. You ain't got time for that no more. You don't vibe like that anymore. And these people can't stand to see you win. So the first thing they'll do is they'll go around the other people who knew you back in the day, and they want to talk about, oh yeah, she did so and so and so, and they trauma bond, and they have this huge long conversation, and the hee and the ha about all that old dump, and it's all about what you did wrong. Well, and then in the conversation, have the audacity to say, well, I don't know, I'll just pray for her. Since when does prayer come into the conversation after you done spent 2 hours on the phone bending somebody else's ear and y'all having a chat party and you're tearing somebody down, or somebody's character down that you hadn't even been in contact with? Telling lies, deceit, and going to have the nerve to end the conversation talking about you're going to pray for somebody. Who are you going to pray to? Because see, the creator I serve doesn't tolerate that type of behavior. So later on down the line, when that person gets in a car accident or They all of a sudden they, lose a ton of money in the market, or one of their close family members decided they don't want to be in a relationship anymore, or their partner cheats on them, or something like that happens. They don't have the spiritual wherewithal to understand it. That ties into the fact that you have torn down an innocent person verbally to another person and enjoyed it. You brought false witness against someone because you're still bitter in your heart. You're angry at somebody else's come up. And instead of just keeping your mouth shut, instead of offering support like human beings are supposed to do, you're going to sit here and have a conversation and bring up somebody else's faults from a past life that they had that doesn't exist anymore. You mean to tell me the Creator is going to sit down and just let you do that? It's not going to happen, people. Everything is connected in this life. That's how come I try to make it a point to be very careful who I have conversations with, because there are some people, the minute you pick up the phone, they're ready to talk about everything and everybody. And if you don't know what's going on directly, you need to stay away from these people and keep your mouth shut. Or else you're going to find yourself sucked in, taking that old trip down that rotten memory lane, talking about someone that you have no contact with recently at all. You don't know if they're being blessed or not. And because of that, should start happening in your life bad to you. When you see somebody is doing better, and if you can't even open your mouth to say, you know what, things have changed. I admire so-and-so. I like the content you put about so-and-so. I like the job you did with so-and-so. If you don't even have it in your heart to do that, you're still bitter and angry. You ain't forgave nobody. You're sitting up here lying and telling everybody that you are, but you haven't. Because if you can't even pay a simple compliment her hair, compliment how she talks, if you can't even pay a simple compliment, or I just called to say I love you, you can't even do that. Yeah, things are going to go wrong for you because you're not walking in the right light. And I feel so sorry for the people that are running around out here claiming to be chosen and claiming to be God's children and still have that type of malice in their heart to the point where they can't even pay a compliment to someone, can't say well done, can't do it. You think you're going to get blessed with that? You're not. So when all these little random things start happening to you, think about how you tried to tear somebody down who was trying to come up. Think about that. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Peace.